Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to this free indie games video, where today I'm going to be playing OneShot, the Pancake episode, which is an alternate universe game of OneShot that's all about pancakes, hence why the game is called the Pancake episode. And if you don't know what OneShot is, it's basically a 2D puzzle game that's half cute and half depressing. I finished the main OneShot game a while ago, and actually just finished editing the OneShot video a few days ago as well. And the main game video will be releasing before this, so if you haven't played OneShot yourself, and don't know anything about this game, then I would recommend you go watch my OneShot video first, because it will give context on who all these characters are and stuff. You'll know who all the characters are, you'll be familiar with the story and stuff. So I do recommend going watch my video first, or play the game first as well. But now that's been explained, I'm just gonna start the game, I'm just gonna press start here. Alright, so this guy is the restaurant guy, I'm pretty sure. Hi, everybody! As you know, it's the 10-year anniversary of OneShot. Well, the original version, anyway. So I thought I'd decorate the cafe. We opened extra early today, so nobody's shown up yet. Except me! And that's Niko. I see that they actually did like, I don't know what kind of art style this is, but they did like actual pencil drawings instead of like pixel art. Because in the main game, I think they like only did pixel art except for like the dream sequences. So that's kind of nice to see, kind of nice to see like HD Niko here. HD Niko and Cafe Guy. And yeah, we're all cheering. Okay, that's enough. Alright, Niko looks so happy. I'm so glad to see Niko again. It's been like months since I've last like played OneShot, so it's good to see her happy again. I'm here on a very special mission today. Can you guess what it is? Let me guess. It's about pancakes, because from the title of this game, we can probably already guess it's about pancakes. Does it involve a celebratory cake? Okay, I was gonna ask if pancakes were cakes until the moment I said the word pancake and realized the word pancake had cake in it. So, of the pan variety. How'd you know? You, literally told me a minute ago before the camera turned on. Are we being recorded? Is this like a promotional video that the cafe guy is doing? Oh, right. Today, I will be showing everyone how to make Mama's special pancakes. And he'll be helping, because he's a grown-up, and I'm not old enough to use the stove without adult supervision. But didn't you, like, set things on fire? That's probably why we're not allowed to use the kitchen by ourselves. I think God counts as adult supervision. Yeah, that's fair. Alright, wait, can Niko still communicate with me? Does Niko know I'm, like, I know this is an alternate universe game that's, like, not canon, but, like, does she know that I, the god, aka the player, is still here watching over her? I don't know if she knows. She did mention God, so. Alright, then follow me to the kitchen. Okay. Alright, it's good to be back. How to make Mama's special pancake. Alright, it's been a while since I played this. Okay, so that's that. This is how I sprint. Okay, I'm back in the game. How do I open up my inventory again? S? That is, wait, was it always S to open up my inventory? Okay, I don't know. Okay, so A is opening up my settings. S is inventory. Okay, I gotta remember. I don't think the controls really matter that much for this game, since this is probably more of just like a little short visual novel or whatever. This is the kitchen. I cleaned it up pretty good. You'd never know we had a fire last week. Another one? Right. Robots are surprisingly flammable. I mean, they are just circuits and stuff, so I wouldn't be surprised if they overheat. Alright, my coworkers aren't here because they're still getting repaired for fire damage, so we won't be having extra help today. Do you think you can handle it? Of course, I help Mama out in the kitchen all the time. Especially when making pancakes. I even wrote down the recipe. Alright, we're stealing her special recipe. Whoa, so many pages. And surprisingly legible for crayons. Like I said, these pancakes are very special, so I wrote a lot. It takes Mama a long time to make, start to finish. She even makes the syrup herself. Wow, sounds like a lot of work. Sometimes in life, you gotta work hard. Oh, it says here that we need cups of things. What are... Wait, what? Do they not have cups in this world? Wait, are there no cups in this world? Measuring cups? You have to measure cups? Not sure if I get it. ... Don't you cook for your job? How do you cook without measuring cups? Or measuring spoons? How do you know how much flour to use? Weigh it? Oh yeah! I hear that people in the city do that. Sounds like a hassle. They'd have to use a scale every time they cook? Well, we do live in yes, city people and country people, they live completely different lives. One type of people use spoons and cups, and the other one uses scales, I guess. I don't cook, so I don't use either. No, not your city, my city. The cities we have back home. Alright, I forgot. Niko, if you guys don't know, Niko belongs to a different world. She's like an isekai protagonist. She came from a different world, which is why they have this like inconsistent measuring thingy, because they use different tools because they're from different worlds. You would know if you played the game or seen my video. Right. Using a scale all the time sounds hard. It'd be much easier if we had measuring cups and spoons. I still don't know what those are though. Like, amount-wise. Maybe we need to get some help. Yeah, call your mama. Call your mama, Niko. Call your mama. Hold on. Wait, is Niko mama? Oh, okay. No, this is the wrong person. I thought she was gonna bring her mom here. Oh, you brought a friend. Yeah. Oh my god. I just realized how derpy Niko's face is. This is like, Niko is like pretty cute normally, but now Niko's like even more adorable with this fucking derp ass face. Like, Niko's like below average IQ dropped even further. Yep, and he's willing to help us. Willing isn't exactly the right word here. ... Okay, this is Profit Bot, right? Which Profit Bot is this? Because I remember there being a couple Profit Bots. I think this is the original Profit Bot. This better be good. Alright, this is the sassy Profit Bot. I remember this guy. Of course! I wouldn't call you if it wasn't an emergency. A dire, sticky, sugary, delicious emergency. You want me to do gram conversions, don't you? Maybe. So much for this not being a pain in the... Assuming that you do not need perfect conversions, I should be able to help. This world is only calibrated to the metric system, and my database on the other units only has a limited sample size that does not account for various contingencies. So it might not be exactly. How much does a cup of flour weigh? 120 grams roughly. Whoa, you answered so fast! A simple query like that does not take long to... How much does 3 cups of water weigh? 720 grams. We're treating this guy like a fucking calculator. How about half a cup of beans? Depends on the bean. We're treating him like ChatGPT or Google. Like, we're not even treating him like a living being. He's just a search engine for us. Pinto! 70 grams. And why do you even need beans to make pancakes? How about 100 cups of ice cream? Vanilla. 21,400 grams or 21.4 kilograms. Are you having fun? Is a kilogram of steel heavier than a kilogram? I love how Niko is just a fucking troll in this game. I love how she's just fucking trolling everybody. Is a kilogram of steel heavier than a kilogram of feathers? Aren't they the same weight because they're both kilograms or whatever? Do not test my patience. Okay, now that we know the weights of things, now that Proto's here to help us, we can continue. Alright, for those of you following along, you would need a gram scale. Unfortunately, I'm not cooking right now. I'm not actually following along and making pancakes. Because for one, I cannot fucking cook. I'm like Niko. I would burn my house down if I tried to cook. So I'm just gonna pretend like I'm cooking right now. Let's pretend. Use your imagination that I'm cooking. But if you have measuring cups and spoons like I do at home, you could use those instead. It would probably be a lot easier. Next up is ingredients. Since this recipe is so long, we should probably split it into 3 parts. It kind of is 3 recipes in one. That's what Mama does. You have to do it in a specific order for the best results. Okay, I'll go get everything ready. Quite the list we have here. Alright, we have to actually grab the ingredients ourselves, it seems. Okay, these are hazelnuts. Mama always starts with this step, where she turns hazelnuts into hazelnut candy. You sprinkle these on top of, you sprinkle them on top of the pancakes later. She always says this recipe is pretty dangerous for a kid, so I normally only help with the first steps. First, I cut a piece of parchment paper with scissors and put it on a baking pan, or anything that's heat-proof. Then you need to get a knife and cutting board away. So this actually is giving us a step-by-step instruction on how to actually make pancakes. I'm not actually making pancakes, so this is a bit unfortunate. But if you guys want to try making these pancakes, go ahead. You know, this is available for free. You guys can always try this out yourself. Then you need to get a knife and cutting board. I'm not old enough to use knives on my own either, so you'll have to do this part. Okay. Take about half a cup of hazelnuts, 65 grams, and cut them up like this. Then you pick out all the big pieces. You don't want the crumbs because they'll burn. You can save the crumbs and just mix it with the hazelnut flour though. Smart. Now you need a frying pan. Use it like a drying pan, but not for pancakes. Toast the hazelnut pieces on the pan for low or medium heat for 5 minutes until they turn brown and smell nice. Careful though, you don't want it to burn. You know, at the end of this game, I want art of Niko eating pancakes. If I don't get to see Niko eat pancakes, I will be disappointed. They won't burn if I'm stirring them the whole time. Alright, we're actually cooking the hazelnuts or whatever. Oh, I think it's just about done. Whoa, that's fast. But it's only been 3 minutes. All stoves and pans are a little different, so they heat up at different speeds. Okay, and then you turn off the heat and dump out all the hazelnuts into a plate or bowl. Or just the counter if it's clean. Then you wipe down the pan real good with a damp towel to get rid of all burnt pieces. You can put the pan back on the warm stove to evaporate off the water. You need the pan dry for the next step. Now the skin should be loose on the hazelnut pieces, so you rub the pieces between your fingers to get the skin off. Are they cool enough to touch yet? Yeah. Oh, let me do it. Mama always lets me do this part. I like to use my sleeve. Oh no, please don't use your sleeve, because that will make it dirty. Wait, but Mama isn't around to wash my coat afterwards. Can you go home afterwards? Like, I don't know how canon this story is, but considering you're back in this world, does that mean you have to save the world again to go back home? I don't know, I'm not gonna think about it. If you use your bare hands, it'll probably take longer. Why not just use a towel? Smart. But not all of the skin will come off, and that's okay. Then put the hazelnut pieces back into the pan, just like last time. Don't put in any crumbs. I'll just throw the crumbs away this time, since it's mostly just skin and burnt bits anyway. Then you add a 1/4 cup of sugar to the pan. 50 grams. Now turn the pan on medium heat to melt the sugar while stirring the pan. Mama says melted sugar is super hot, so it can really hurt if you touch it. Yes, I would not want Niko to burn her fingers. That would be very bad. I'll stay over here. I can't believe something as tasty as sugar can be so dangerous. The sugar should start to melt at around 5 minutes. It might be different for this stove, though. Once it melts, stir it even more. You want to melt all the sugar and coat all the hazelnut pieces with it. Mama usually keeps it on the stove for another 3 minutes or so for all the sugar to melt. Okay, I'll keep stirring. Be careful, okay? I'll be fine. This guy's a chef, so he should be fine. He does this for a living. Oh, did you burn yourself? Nope. Just surprised it melted as fast as it did. Don't scare me like that. I think it's done though. Okay, take it off the heat. Hurry. Then you just dump everything out again. This time onto the parchment paper. Look at this art. Like the fucking skull on fire is somehow cute. I'll pour it onto a thin layer, since I'll assume we don't want big clusters that'll be tough to break up later. They'll stick together at least a little bit. And again, it's really hot, so definitely don't touch it. But once it's cool, you can chop them up on a cutting board. Don't try to break them up with your hands though. Sugar can be as sharp as glass. Another cruel betrayal by the world's most delicious substance. Okay, it's all chopped up now. Do you have a jar or airtight container? That'll keep them crunchy until we can make the other things. Well, my jars are all filled right now, so I don't have any empty jars. Otherwise, the sugar will just get sticky after a while. Say, why is that? ... Why are you looking in my direction? Because you're the smartest guy here. Because sugar has bro, I don't even know what the fuck is hygroscopic properties, because okay bro, these words are confusing me so much I forgot how to read. Because sugar has hygroscopic properties, which means it attracts the water molecules in the air. The water molecules will then disrupt the crystal structure of the hardened sugar you just made. You heated the sugar up to about 150 degrees Celsius, which refer to the hard crack stage. In this stage, the sugar is hard and brittle. And crunchy. But as the hardened sugar continues to pull moisture from the air, and thus disrupting its crystal structure, it would lose its brittleness. Water is able to do this because it is a polar molecule, which means it has two differently charged regions. The oxygen atom holds a partially negative charge, while the two hydrogen atom holds a partially positive charge. I have no idea what the fuck is going on. I am not a sciencey guy, so I do not get this explanation. This polarity gives water the ability to attract other polar molecules, and not only that, the pair of hydrogen bonds, not bombs, oh god, if there were hydrogen bombs in sugar, that would be really bad. The pair of hydrogen bonds in the water molecule also, this goes on for another 5 minutes. Now, I did not understand any of that. I'm learning words. Yeah, I've seen some of these words I'm seeing for the first time ever. I'll just put these in the jar with some silica gel packed. Silica gel, a form of silicon dioxide. Please shut up, bro. I don't understand jack shit. Please go back to the pancakes. It's extremely porous with a large surface area that facilitates in moisture absorption and I cannot understand any of this, man. I'm reading this and I don't understand anything about it. It has the ability to absorb 40% of its own weight in water and is used as a commercial desiccant. In our case, it would absorb all the moisture in a small enclosed space, the sealed jar. Good to know. Yep, I definitely understood that, and will definitely remember that as well, definitely. Okay, so what's next? We're making the syrup next. Oh, syrup is super simple. It doesn't sound very simple, honestly. Well, I think it's scary. Because we're melting sugar again. ... I'll stay over here. Yes, Niko has to stay safe, away from the stove. We don't want Niko getting hurt. You can help me cut the butter at least. Butter is safe. Until you choke on it and die, that is. We'll need 2 tablespoons of it. 30 grams. Cut into smaller pieces with a butter knife. Butter knife is safe for little ol' me. On my side, we'll need a cup of brown sugar. 208 grams. Which goes into the saucepan along with half a cup of water. 120 grams. Mix together with a small whisk and then heat over the medium-high heat while constantly stirring. Oh, and don't forget to add the maple syrup. 2 tablespoons, right? 40 grams. Say, why do we need to cook this syrup to melt it when maple syrup always stays a liquid? ... You're looking at... Oh, please, God. Don't give me another fucking, 10-minute explanation. ... Okay, we're back to Science-y Proto again. Okay. Let me prepare my smart voice. Maple syrup contains invert sugars, which are structurally different from table sugars. Invert sugars have better moisture retention properties and do not readily crystallize. It is typical to add invert sugar to syrups made with regular sugar in order to prevent the mixture from recrystallizing, which would lead to a grainy texture. I normally just use honey or corn syrup for that. Then it won't taste as good. I wouldn't know the difference regardless. Oh right, you can't eat. Once the syrup boils, switch the heat down to medium-low and simmer for about 2 minutes while stirring. Niko, can you pass me the butter? I cut it into tiny little cubes like Mama does. Is that okay? Nice! It can be any shape. The pieces just need to be small enough to melt quickly once added to the syrup. Stirring it helps it melt faster. Correct. Then we just need to take it off the heat and leave it in the pan to cool down to eating temperature. Careful not to touch it though. Alright, so that is the syrup. Now we're actually getting to the main, the main dish, which is the actual pancake now. First we worked on the hazelnuts, then the syrup, but this is the main course. This is the pancakes. Alright, now we're finally ready to make pancake batter. The main event! Yeah, that's what I said. Yep, it's a 3-mixing bowl recipe. 1 bowl for dry ingredients, 1 bowl for wet ingredients, and 1 bowl just for the egg white. That's how you really know it's special, huh? Because of all the dishes you'll have to clean afterwards. Yes, the more delicious something is, the more things you'll have to clean up afterwards. That's how the logic works, you know? The law of equivalent exchange. The more delicious equals more effort and work to clean up. It's not a labor of love without the labor, as Mama always says. Looks like we'll also need a sifter and a whisk. More things to clean later. Yes, we leave that for later. We're not worrying about the cleaning now. You know, the chores are for later after we finish the pancakes. And a pan. Don't forget the pan. Because otherwise, it would just be cake. Actually, it would just be raw. I don't know, but Niko's kind of funny today. Niko's kind of funny. We don't need to use the stove until the end, so I can help out way more this time. Alright, the first bowl is the egg white bowl. It needs to be super clean. No oil, or it'll ruin everything. I like to wipe down the bowl with some lemon juice, just to be... Is that an actual thing that people do? Wipe down the bowl with some lemon juice. Does that, help clean the bowl? I don't know if that's an actual... That's probably a thing, considering why this game is telling us to do it. But I have never heard of that before. Then again, I don't cook, so I wouldn't know. Then you want to take an egg and separate the egg white. You can't mix any egg yolk into the egg white because egg yolks have oil in it. Say. Okay, we're back to the science-y stuff again because egg white is a pure protein. Protein molecules tend to link to each other when partially denatured through mechanical force, such as whisking. The whisking process would also introduce a lot of air into the mixture, causing the protein mesh to become a foam. Oil molecules would disrupt that mesh structure, causing the foam to collapse. Dot, dot, dot. That was what you were going to ask. Yeah, at this point, Proto knew we were going to ask him. So he just gave the explanation without even us asking. How'd you know? Well, he's a smart robot, so I'm sure he knows how to predict the future. Isn't he also literally a prophet? He's literally a prophet, so I'm not surprised that he knows the future. Oh, right, back to the eggs. I like to suck out the egg yolk with a water bottle, but that sometimes can break the egg yolk. I can also dig it out with my hands, but then my hand would get all slimy. Oh, did someone just say slime? I can't believe this game would reference me like that. I just use a separator. Oh, that's handy. It's handy because then you don't need to use your hands. Okay, now we put the yolk in a second bowl, the green one. We can leave the egg white alone for now. I hope it doesn't get lonely. It won't because it's just an egg. Well, wow, Niko, I can't believe you would not consider the emotions and feelings of this poor egg. Half an egg. Yes, alright, on to the green bowl now, I guess. Alright, then we take the bowl with the egg yolk and mix it with half a cup of buttermilk, which is very tasty. 112 grams. You'll want 3 tablespoons of regular milk to go in that too. 45 grams. Mix it all together and leave that alone too. Alright, now we have bowl 1 and bowl 2. You can put it next to the first bowl so that it doesn't get lonely. It won't get lonely because it's just milk. Look at Niko being considerate about the loneliness of these bowls. She's so nice that she's even considering the feelings of ingredients. But let's move on to the third bowl. That way none of these guys are lonely. Okay, now we want to take the sifter and put it into half a cup of flour. 60 grams. Oh, but then I gotta take a tablespoon of flour out. 8 grams, leaving you with 52 grams of flour. Right. Then add a tablespoon of cornstarch. Also 8 grams. Then after that, add 2 tablespoons of hazelnut flour. The best part. 14 grams. Then 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. The other best part. Yeah, sugar is very tasty. 26 grams. Then 1 tablespoon of baking powder, which does not taste great on its own. I wonder why Niko knows that it doesn't taste great on its own. I wonder if she's been sniffing it. 5 grams. Then finally, a pinch of salt. Less than 1 gram. Don't add too much or the pancakes will be salty. Might still taste good though. Don't even joke like that. Yeah, Niko is a pancake connoisseur. She does not like her pancakes a little bit imbalanced. She needs it to be perfect. I wasn't joking. There are salty pancakes out there. Wait, what? Really? That's kind of weird, man. That's kind of weird. Usually I like my pancakes to be like sweet, not salty. I like to make mine with shredded vegetables. I swear to God, the moment I press the next dialogue, Niko is gonna have like a fucking angry face. I will pretend not to hear you while I sift all this flour. Oh, the bigger pieces of hazelnut and some of the brown sugar might not go through the sifter. That's okay though, just add it into the flour mix after everything else sifted through. Then you mix it by hand one last time before adding it into the buttermilk mixture. Alright, this should be like the final step before we actually start cooking. We want to pour in the flour mixture slowly, then mix it with a spatula real gentle. Ah, that's called folding, where you mix the dry and wet ingredients together in sort of a cutting motion with a spatula. If you overmix, the pancake will get tough. Though I don't... because it develops the gluten in the flour. Gluten is a mixture of proteins found in wheat flour, which is created when flour is mixed with water and further developed into an elastic network of elastic polymers. Thanks! Gluten is great for making bread. Yeah, get gluten, bro. Get gluten. But not so great if you want to make something softer, like pancakes. Some people are also really allergic to gluten. So I gotta clean the kitchen really well for customers with allergies. Aww. I feel really bad for them because they can't have these pancakes. Maybe they can use gluten-free flour? It might not be the exact same, but maybe? Okay, now we leave the batter alone for about 20 minutes. This gives the baking powder time to activate and will also hydrate the flour. Rest well, batter. Alright, on to the first bowl again. We only need to wait a few more minutes for the batter to be ready. So we should work on the egg whites now. Honestly, I have no idea about the steps of this cooking process. I've been just reading it, but I've not been following along, honestly, so I have no idea what's going on. Okay, this part is really hard. You gotta take your whisk and whisk the egg whites a lot until it turns all white. It takes Mama forever to do this. An electric whisk will make this a lot easier. That's a thing? Yeah? What is this sorcery? Electricity. That's handy. That's why it's called a hand mixer. This guy, I wonder if this guy has a son or a daughter, but this guy makes a lot of dad jokes. That's not actually why it's called that. A couple drops of lemon juice in the egg whites will also help. Oh, right! Mama does that too! I always wondered why that. Okay, I'm gonna prepare myself for more sciencey explanation. Because acid helps stabilize the protein foam. A slightly lower pH would keep the denatured proteins relatively loose, preventing them from folding back up. This allows the structure to be able to incorporate more air bubbles, creating a more stable foam. Traditionally, the acid most commonly used for meringue, no idea what word that is cream of tartar. Oh, I love tartar sauce. It's great in potato salad. Oh, we normally just use it for seafood. Ah, yes, because Niko is a cat, she eats fish. Especially you know, in the main game, Niko keeps insisting that she's not a cat, and I honestly genuinely do not believe it. She is definitely a cat. And before you say cats like fish, I can assure you, that's a coincidence. Right. But maybe that's why they named a famous cat after tartar sauce. Tartar sauce is something completely unrelated. ... The name tartar in cream of tartar comes from potassium bitartrate, a potassium salt of tartaric acid, which... Potassium is a funny word. It is a very funny word. Potassium. It even has an ass in it. But it has a bad word in the middle, and I don't think I'm allowed to say that. No, I give you permission to say it, Niko. You can say ass and fuck all you want, Niko. I give you permission to say it. Oh shoot, you're right. ... or pot. Yes, I'm doing pot. Pronounced potium. Potium. Haha, that sounds like pot. Let's stop talking about potassium. Proto is so done with our shit, man. He's so, like, he can't even eat the pancake. So he's like helping us cook and he gets nothing from this. He can't eat the pancake. He's not getting paid. He's not getting anything from this. So he's just here dealing with our shit for no reason. Okay. Shut up. Honestly, Proto's getting kind of menacing all of a sudden for some reason. Potty. The egg's at soft peak right now. Do I keep going? Mama usually whisks it until you can turn the bowl upside down. Without anything falling out, of course. Cause that would just make a huge mess. Stiff peaks it is then. Half a minute of electric mixer sounds later. And it's done now. So fast. Such is the power of technology. Okay, now we put the foam in the batter and do the fold mixing thing again. Who knew that making pancakes required so many goddamn steps, man? But we have to pour the egg foam into the batter, not the other way around. Otherwise, it would just mess up its consistency? I knew that. Oh, and You have to use this batter right away, or it'll go flat over time. Okay, I'll go heat up the stove then. Alright, now we're on to the cooking part, I'm assuming. I don't really know the other steps because it's on a stove. Okay, I'll take over then. Oh, right, we don't have the regular griddle right now. It was damaged in the fire. I'll just have to make these in the pan. That's what Mama does. She uses a really heavy black pan for these. I think it's called a cat's iron pan. A cast iron pan? That's the one. Silly me. We are not cats. Oh, and she adds a ton of butter to it. We only have stainless steel pans right now, so butter would definitely help it not stick to the pan. Though that might not make very smooth looking pancakes. Butter tends to make it look more bubbly. And it'll taste great! I'd eat a stick of butter by itself if I could. Niko, I don't think that's good for you, eating just like raw butter or like just butter as is. Well, we probably won't need that much butter for this batch. Alright, so what's my job now? Since I usually make pancakes on a big non-stick griddle, I might be a little rusty doing it the old-fashioned way. Unlike this pan, which doesn't rust because it's made of steel. I'll start heating up the pan on medium heat with some butter. About 4 or 5 out of 9 on a standard stove. Give it maybe a couple minutes, then add a drop of water to the pan. If it sizzles, that means the pan is hot enough. Scary. Then you lower the heat down a notch to around 3. And how much batter does your mom normally use? Let's see. About 1/3 of a cup? Conversion data for pancake batter not found in database. Enough batter to make a pancake about 4 inches across. So we'll end up with 5 or 6 pancakes. You can make them bigger, but they'll be harder to flip. Okay, first pancake down. Let's wait about 5 minutes for that to cook. Then you can slide a spatula under it. If it feels solid enough to lift without collapsing, it's ready to flip. And barely any color. I expected this. The first pancake is always ugly. Cook it for 4 more minutes on the other side. Flip it and done? Same on the other side too. I guess the pan isn't hot enough yet. That's okay. The Messiah shall accept the ugly pancake as sacrifice. Now to make the rest. Don't forget to add more butter between each pancake. I'll crank the heat up a notch to 4 this time. Maybe that'll help it brown better. I don't want to turn it up too high because it might burn. Nothing sadder than a burnt pancake. Oh, is Niko already eating? Niko's already eating. We aren't even finished yet. She's already eating. Every stove is different though, so these definitely aren't hard numbers. Oh, this pancake turned out nicer. But the pan is still too hot now, so if I add more butter now, it'll explode? Okay, it's gonna blow up. Be careful. Stay away, guys. You're gonna fucking blow up if you get too close. Scary. Because butter is an emulsion of fat and water, both of which do not mix well with each other. The explosions are caused by the water rapidly turning into steam under high temperatures. Yep, that's why you don't put out a grease fire with water. I'll lower the heat back down to 3 for now. Guess we can adjust the heat as we cook the rest. Alright, I'm assuming we're just gonna skip past the process of cooking. And done. Alright, all the pancakes have been finished cooking. Now we can dig in and feast. We're gonna eat like kings now. Are we just about ready to put everything together? Yep. Let me do it. Alright, okay. So we can stack the pancakes and add a square of butter to it. Like this. And then, where's the syrup? It's over here on the stove. Back in the danger zone. It was starting to congeal. So I'm warming it up back up. I cannot speak for some reason. Caramel syrups tend to solidify after a while. Especially in our case, since it's not a true caramel, so it'll get gritty as it cools. Nothing a few minutes on the stove can't fix though. But you have to stir it the entire time, or it might burn. Yuck. Okay, then we pour the warm, not burnt, syrup over the top, and then sprinkle the candy hazelnuts on top of that. And done! Oh wait, there's an actual picture. Holy shit, that actually does look pretty good. That is a big fat block of butter though. That is a big fat block of butter. Alright, it's made with lots of love. It's made with a decent amount of friendship, a decent amount of brown sugars, a okay amount of sugars and fats, and a less than average amount of protein. Oh my god, we actually got the Niko plush eating the pancake. Now, normally I would eat the whole thing myself, but you guys worked so hard on this. We're all gonna share this. We should all share, of course. I cannot eat. Oh, right. Oh well, more for me! I'll just eat the extra pancake that didn't fit the stack. But that's the sad one. Sad, lonely, undecorated. Never mind. Hey, that actually looks pretty good though. That actually does look pretty good. This is making me kind of hungry. Professional at work. Alright, you want to eat the rest of those at a table? Yeah, she said you want to eat it at a table. And she said yes, but she already started eating. Alright, let's take a break from the kitchen. Alright, are we gonna go outside? Are we gonna bring the pancake? Are we just gonna leave the pancake? Wait, why is there a cupcake here? Wait, what? Light the candle. Wait, what? I don't know why. I just noticed that. Why is there just a random fucking cake? You know what? I don't know. Can I bring this with me? The fruit of our labor. It's not actually fruit. Okay, is the pancake just gonna teleport outside? I'm still here for some reason. I'm assuming the pancake's gonna teleport outside. Oh no! I completely forgot we're open early today. How long have you guys been waiting? ... 25 minutes and 29... This guy counted the very seconds. Oh, and I just got here. Hi, Niko. Hi, Alula. Hi, Lamplighter Man. I haven't... Wait, did he have an... I forgot. Did he have a name in the main game? I don't even remember. I just knew him as that one guy who helped us with that one puzzle. What you guys doing back in the kitchen? I was teaching Ling how to make pancakes. But doesn't Ling already know how to... Is this guy's name Ling? I actually never got his name. I didn't know his name was Ling. Doesn't Ling already know how to make pancakes? Not these special ones that my mama makes. And thank you for sharing that with me. I learned a lot today. So the master has become the student. Mostly about molecules, but I can see why you like these so much now. It's a very involved process, or recipe. Almost more like a cake than a pancake. What? That's so cool! ... Me next! Me next! I get to go next! Oh, you want to learn how to make these pancakes too? You might be a little too young. Even an older kid like Niko is scared of some parts. Hey, I wasn't scared. It's just self-defense. Yes, defending ourselves from the assault of the stove, you know. The stove is very dangerous. Like Kung Fu? Huh? Were you karate chopping all the pots and pans because you were scared? What? No! Because I would. Do you mean like self-preservation? Yeah, that. I don't know that word. I just don't want to be near a hot stove. Especially not around sugar lava. Exactly. Niko was just being responsible. Can you eat the lava? Absolutely do not eat the lava. And the responsible thing for me to do is to not let Alula anywhere near a stove. She would try to eat the liquid sugar lava and she would burn her mouth. We'll teach you how to make these pancakes when you're a little, or a lot, older, okay? No, I want to teach you how to make my favorite food. It doesn't have lava. Oh, in that case, sure. Yay! Guess it's open house day in the kitchen. Alright, are we gonna actually get to eat the pancakes? Oh wait, we're going back into the kitchen again. Okay, what are we cooking this time? Apparently Alula is gonna teach us how to make her favorite food. What do you think she actually likes eating? She's like a bird person, right? Maybe she likes eating worms or something, I don't know. Do you got any bread? Alright, sure, but it's just pre-sliced, not the loaves you guys normally have. That's even better. Now we don't have to cut it. Okay. You gotta cook the bread on a pan over hot coals. Well, we have a toaster. That's even better. Now get some yogurt and mix in some salt and, seasons? Seasons? Like spring and summer? Haha, of course not, silly. Winter it is. That's not what I meant, and you know it. I'm assuming you want sea moss salt. Honestly, I have no idea what some of these things are, but they sound really weird. Like sea moss salt? Like, is this salt that comes from sea moss? I have no idea if this is real or not, or if I'm just being gaslit into believing this is real. We got a shipment from the Glen a while ago. We also have garlic salt, which tastes similar, but a lot stronger. Give me the garlics! We don't get this back home. Okay, mix the salt with the yogurt and then just spread this on the bread with a spoon. Wait, yogurt on bread? Then I like to rip up some fish into little pieces and put it on top. Smoked fish, not alive. Do you got any? We have some smoked salmon. Will that work? My favorite! Then I like to put on some seeds on top of the fish to make it crunchy. Will these artisanal toasted sesame seeds work? Dot dot dot. Dot 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 dot. Dot 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 dot. I'll take it. Okay, I don't know how I feel about this. It doesn't look bad, but some of the ingredients were a little bit weird. Like yogurt. I mean, I like eating yogurt like on its own, but yogurt on bread with fish and seeds, that's definitely an interesting ingredient. Definitely an interesting recipe, I'll say. There's a lot of fish and protein, a decent amount of salt, a good amount of energy, and a little bit of sesame seed, but no bird seeds, unfortunately. No bird seed for the bird people. Alright, so, oh, you want to make something too? I was actually just gonna order my regular jug of coffee, but, breakfast won't hurt. Look at you, eating, food. I hate this place. Cover your eyes, kids. Or your parents might get mad. Wait, what is this guy about to do? Step 1, toast slice of bread. Step 2, cover it with butter, room temperature. Step 3, sprinkle on instant coffee and sugar to taste. And done. I'll be honest, this guy cooks better than me. His cooking is better than me. I want to see the stats for this. I want to see the stats. Oh, it's gonna be like all 0. All the stats is gonna be nothing. There's gonna be no stats for this thing. It tastes okay. Caffeine, insanely high. Sugar, quite high. Not very good for children. Not good for grown-ups either. It doesn't taste very good. And you're getting no sleep from that. And that's breakfast. For lunch, I normally mix the instant coffee into some 3-minute okay, God. Oh, God. Jesus Christ. The cup kind. You don't need to add... Just eat the coffee and the noodles separately. Why would you mix them? It's like putting ice cream on pizza. What the fuck? You don't need to add the sugar. Or if I'm really in a rush, I just put a scoop of coffee into a... Someone's gonna murder this guy. I think the chef, I think Ling, is gonna kill the fucking lamplighter guy, I think. I think you should leave the kitchen. You should leave this world, or I will make you leave this world by strangling you. Ling was not fucking happy with that. Alright, what's next? What's up? Are we gonna leave? I should probably start the coffee machines. Do you want any, Niko? I don't think Niko's old enough to be drinking coffee yet. No thanks. Coffee's for grown-ups. I hear it's really bitter. Only if you drink it black. You might like it in a decaf, hazelnut, cappuccino, or mocha latte, though. That sounds really fancy. I only understood one of those words. I like it black. Oh, wait, she drinks coffee? That was so much fun! Too bad we didn't get to karate chop any pans, though. Please do not do that. Alright, are we done here? Can we leave? Wait, what's this door back here? This is the storage room? Yes, that is the storage room. We don't need to go there. Alright, we can leave now, oh! It's a whole ass fucking party! Everyone's here! It's good to see everyone again! Alula! Have you been here the whole time? Don't go running off like that, sheesh. Sorry, I got hungry. Foraging food is so easy in the city, though. The nice guy at the cafe feeds me for free because I am very cute. And also a baby. Can't argue with that. And he gave this guy here free food because he doesn't take care of himself despite being a grown-up and his house is probably really messy. She is really not holding back. She is absolutely killing the lamplighter guy. Hey, just saying. Whoa, hey, what's all the decorations? Is it someone's birthday? Did you just notice? I guess you could call it a birthday. It's the 10-year anniversary. Anniversary of what? Someone's wedding, or? I don't think anyone here is married. It's the anniversary of the original... Oh, right, you weren't around for that. That's okay, neither was I. Wait, were these characters all added, like... I know that the game has, like, multiple versions of the game. So I don't know if some of these characters were only added afterwards in, like, later versions or what. I was, I think. What are anniversaries but grim reminders that we are inching another year closer to our inevitable demise? I wasn't around either. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I'm just here for emotion. Wait, that's the fucking plant pot. Thanks. Yeah, a lot of us got here pretty late, didn't we? Especially me. Yeah, you really lost me there. Though it was 10 years ago. You think I can remember that far back? He doesn't. But I'm not gonna pass up an excuse to party. Hey! Hey! Anyways, where's all the booze? Yeah, all the children are back in the kitchen eating pancakes and drinking milk while the adults are here like getting drunk or whatever. What a crowd! Alright, I'll say. Looks like I got a lot of cooking to do now, huh? Oh, I'll help! We can make... pancakes? More pancakes! Pancakes? Pancakes! Count me in, you know. I'm always up for some breakfast for dinner. George, it's 8 in the morning. We're having breakfast for breakfast. Let me guess, you pulled an all-nighter on those manuscripts again. You know it, babe. Breakfast for dinner for breakfast. For lunch. Because we already ate. Pancakes, that makes me nostalgic. We haven't seen them in a long time, have we? Yeah. What are you two whispering about? Just reminiscing. Niko? These must be very important to you. Of course. This is my mama's special recipe. They're my favorite thing to eat ever. Ah, how wonderful. You don't want to know how long these took to make, though. I was there. He was there to suffer the entire time. We were just there just pestering him about like random things. But that time is not wasted if you spent it on something you cared about. That's true. These pancakes turned out really good because we spent a lot of time on them. Sick. They won't make you sick unless you eat 100 of them. I feel like Niko would eat 100 of them. That's something she would do. 5,500 grams. Oh, that sounds amazing. Eating 100 pancakes? If they're as good as you say, we just might. Collectively. I can't eat 100 pancakes by myself. That's quitter talk. You can't eat 100 pancakes with that mindset, you know? Speaking of whom, Lamp Man. I have a name. What is your name? If you don't tell us your name, we won't know your fucking name. You gotta tell us. You're not gonna bail on us again, are ya? I was just gonna go back to work. This guy has gotta be the most diligent fucking worker I have ever seen in my life. Even in the main game, this guy was about to go to work even after he died. I guess everyone is staying, so it'd be super awkward if I left now. Yeah, sure, I'll stay. I could go for second breakfast. I am a growing baby bird and my body demands sacrifice. Nutrients, but it's mostly just sugar. It's a party, so who cares? Sugar is a nutrient, technically. That means we get to eat as much as we want. Haha, that's the spirit. And the plant pot is talking again for some reason. Wait, is the plant pot an actual Wait, this is an actual person. Wait, I thought this was an actual plant pot that's just randomly speaking, but I think that this guy has a body. I just noticed this little sprite guy in the corner. I do not recognize his character. I must have missed him in the main game or something. Spirit? There's no spirits here. Under his breath, I'm talking about booze. ... Magpie, we just said it's like 8 in the morning. What? I'm not getting much. Just a shot. Just one. One shot. I don't think this is the right kind of establishment for booze. One shot. Oh my god. I feel so dumb. I just connected the dots. Like this guy, I was reading his earlier like dialogue. He was like one shot, just one shot. I didn't know what he was doing there, but he was talking kind of suspiciously. But I, for some reason, didn't connect the dots that he was referencing the game name. One shot. Kip's right. We just have breakfast. We just have breakfast foods here, mostly. Like the hundreds of pancakes coming right up. Or however many orders we get. Let's not keep everyone waiting. Okay, I'll go back to work then. See you in a bit. Hopefully this guy actually gets paid. Because everyone comes here and I don't see any money being exchanged. So is he just working for free? Hey, I said I want to help. Don't start without me. Alright, there's the party. One shot. One shot! Absolute fucking cinema. 10-year anniversary. Thank you for playing, and thank you for making this free indie game. That was a nice little AU universe, you know? Thank you for all your support in the last 10 years. It was a fun game, man. Both the main game and this game. Credits. Programming by Gur, aka Cheezer. Title, screen art, Sheeper Fight. And all other art by Night Margins. I do apologize if I butchered those names. Writing by Night Margin, music by Night Margins, and these guys again. One-shot original concepts by these people. Night Margin and Eliza Velasquez. And Gur, aka Cheezer. Niko plush, available on Fangamer. Alright, there's an actual Niko plush. That's pretty cool. See you next time. Is there gonna be a sequel? Wait. Okay, the game closed. Fuck. Wait, is the game still open? I still see the wait. Okay, no, the game closed. They said see you next time. So I honestly don't know if they mean that there's gonna be a new one-shot game or what, but that was One Shot, the Pancake episode. That was pretty fun. I did enjoy that. a very, very fun little alternate universe, free little indie game. If you guys want to play it yourself, the game is free and stuff, so you guys can check it out. But yeah, I think that's about it. I think I'm done with the one-shot universe, both the main game and alternate universe now. So I think I'm gonna end the video. Thank you guys for being here. If you guys did enjoy, please do the usual, and goodbye. Enjoy those pancakes.